Do you feel stuck and like you're not progressing with your Korean? After years of working with many language coaching clients, I've seen the same problems come up again and again. And so I may just have the answer for you. Hi, I'm Lindsay, a language learning expert passionate about helping you learn languages better. And in this video, you'll learn 3 big reasons why your Korean may not be improving as fast as you would like and how to fix them. But before we get into it, I have a free video training for you that will be rather helpful for this situation. It's called How to Finally Learn That Language, and you can get it right here, lindsaydoeslanguages.com/free video. All right then, a quick overview. All successful language learning should be 3 things: fun, flexible, and functional. If your Korean is not all 3 of these things, that's when we have a problem. So we'll go through them one by one. We'll start with functional. What you're doing has to actually work. If you're just watching K-drama and hoping things will magically sink in somehow, then things probably aren't as functional as they could be. That doesn't mean that we have to stop watching and switch to dull vocab lists and grammar drills. No, there's plenty of ways that we can make what you enjoy functional. How do we do that? Now, this might sound a bit weird, but I like to think of each individual thing that you use to learn a language a bit like a sponge full of water. You can squeeze it just a little bit and get a little bit from it, like casually watching a K-drama in the background while you're tidying up. We're just hearing the odd word here and there, but we're not really learning, quote unquote. Or we can fully wring out that sponge and get as much from it as possible. So if we stick with our K-drama example, here's what that might look like. We pick a short segment of the episode, maybe just a 3-line conversation, and we transcribe it. It means that you write down what you hear. Is there something there that you don't understand? No problem. Use Korean, then English subtitles to help check that you got it right. Or perhaps you set yourself a vocab mining goal. So you say, okay, I want to learn 3, 5, 10, 20 new words today. You watch the K-drama, and as new words come up, you make a note of them to look up after. And this just means that you'll actively be paying more attention to listen up for those new words that you might want to learn. Or perhaps when you finish each episode, you write a short summary or a short review of what you've just seen. Anything like this will help to make that K-drama viewing much more functional for you each time. Next up, fun. So your Korean may not be improving as quickly as you'd like because, well, it's kind of boring. Now, this might sound a bit trivial. Like, sure, it would be nice if it was fun, if it was enjoyable, but isn't that just extra? Shouldn't it be functional and working before we even think about making it fun? But this isn't just a nice to have. This is essential. Why? Because you are more likely to remember pleasant experiences. If you're trying to force in vocab, it's almost like your long-term memory rejects it. But if you're learning it whilst you're listening to some lo-fi Korean coffee shop playlist, then, it's more relaxed, it's more chill, and you're enjoying yourself more. So you remember that experience. You're attaching enjoyable, pleasurable memories to learning those words. So, higher chance of remembering it all. How do we do this? Well, be sure that you actually care about the things that you're reading, listening to, and using overall. If you find the voice on that Korean audio course really grating, it's going to be frustrating. You're not going to be enjoying it. It's not going to be fun. You could be doing better. Sometimes it can feel like an obligation to stick with it because you've started it. But I hereby give you permission to quit a resource that is not working for you. And the lucky thing is that with Korean, you have so much choice. So assess what you're using right now, decide if you're actually enjoying them, and if not, I give you permission to put them to one side. And finally, things need to be flexible. It is no good designing an ambitious, flawless routine timed down to the minute each day for your Korean, but as soon as you get sick, or work gets busy, or life happens, the whole routine falls apart. So how do we do this? How do we make sure that your Korean is flexible so actually you can keep making progress? Well, I shared in a recent video about how 3-tier goals work. I'll link to that up here. This can really help you to stay flexible. But another suggestion that really works well here is to have a backup plan for various scenarios. Let's say that you plan to do your Korean language apps on your commute to work. So most days this is fine, but what's your backup plan for the days when it doesn't happen. When your phone battery is dead or there's no Wi-Fi signal, what do we do on those days? So a backup plan for those moments might be that you write practice sentences offline in a notes app on your phone, or even just thinking of them in your head. Use what you remember from yesterday's commute, and then when you get home, you can check in and do your apps. This structure is all you need for a backup plan. If insert plan here doesn't happen, then backup plan happens when, how, etc. For example, if there's no Wi-Fi on my commute, then I'll do some sentence building in my head on the train instead. If I don't listen to Korean podcasts on my morning walk, then I'll listen to them when I wash up in the evening. So how do we put all of this into practice to fix things and make sure that you keep improving in Korean? With a language learning audit. That is basically you asking yourself these 3 questions. Is it fun? Is it flexible? Is it functional? I go on to explain all of this in a lot more detail in my free video training. It's called How to Finally Learn That Language. And the language learning audit is just one of the pieces of the puzzle that you will learn in this video training. You can get your free on-demand access right now at lindsaydoeslanguages.com/free video. And as always, if you've enjoyed this, thank you for watching. Hit like, subscribe, and tell a friend so we can all learn languages better.